Hello, everyone. What am I? Who am I? I'm Nathaniel Hoover, a.k.a. Gemini Laser, a.k.a. Flashman85, and you've been listening to Symphonic Chronicles, Mega Man 2, It's About Time, from ocremix.org. Today is Mega Man's 35th anniversary, so to celebrate, we're going to be playing Mega Man all day, but to switch it up, we're going to be playing in reverse, starting with Mega Man 11, and going backwards through the mainline games to 10, 9, 8, whatever number comes after that, and then ending with Mega Man 1. Probably very late in our day, Eastern Time. But I'm not going to be doing it alone. We are going to be playing together. I've got two very special guests with me. Gentlemen, please introduce yourselves and tell the folks at home, or wherever they may be watching from, where they might know you from.
Hi guys, I'm Matt Breslau. You can call me Zapetroid. I am a staff writer for GameCola.net. You might know that as an actual internet website. And I'm also one half of the Super FX podcast on YouTube and Apple and Google and anywhere that you want to listen to a podcast. I also do a ton of stuff on YouTube, just gaming and writing and recording music and generally being a buffoon anywhere the internet will have me.
Hey there, everyone. My name's Phusion. If you hear anybody refer to me as Mark, well, that would be me too. I am sort of an artist by trade now, apparently, with what I've been around for. So I actually did, the intro cutscene for Flashman's...
Oh, Joe's a Proto Man adventure.
I was going to do that.
Oh, well...
In exactly that tone of... Well, thank you.
Well, go ahead. Hit the rewind button.
Oh, Joe's a Proto Man adventure. And also... the intro cutscene for Magmal 1, Make a Good Mega Man Level Contest 1 Remastered. If you've been poked around on the Magmal website, you might see some of my stuff floating around there on the individual game pages where you can download them.
So, full house, and let's get started with Mega Man 11, and hope that nothing breaks. I will be asking you, everybody... Hang on a second. I will be asking everybody to just confirm that our audio balance is acceptable.
I strongly believe Albert's research must stop. Light.
Light. I hate light. It's too early in the morning for light. All right, how are we doing on audio levels here, folks? Anybody in chat? Are we still muted? Volume's a little low. Might want the game a little louder. Okay, we can fix that. This is... I told my wife, it's been like a year since my last live stream, and I was so concerned about all the technical stuff going wrong, and she said people have been doing streaming for years, like every single day. Still do the volume check at the beginning. This is normal. How are we doing now? I've turned up the volume.
Good. We have actual voice acting.
Actual voice acting. Well, that gives us less to do.
Yeah.
Not for long.
Also, apologies to anybody who's watching these games for the first time and really wanted to, get into the story, and that's quality. I want those pajamas.
Me too.
A genius of my caliber needs sleep to keep his brain in gear. Wait.
I said the word gear. Yes. Let's build a whole game around this.
Oh, Dr. Wily. I love your aesthetic, but I hate what you do.
Alright, Mega Man 11. So, full disclosure here. All of us are Mega Man experts. We can play all of these games. We can handle the different difficulty modes. We can challenge ourselves to things. But we've got 11 games to fit into a single day.
And I just woke up.
So we are going to be giving ourselves some advantages going into this, just to make sure that we end in a reasonable amount of time, because this is just supposed to be casual fun. This is not, wow, look at all the cool things we can do, even though that might happen along the way. So I've actually gone in and pre-populated a save file. We will be playing on casual mode. Again, we want to get through this today. I've only played this game once. On casual mode. I was in the midst of judging for Make a Good Mega Man Level 3, and didn't really have a lot of time for playing new Mega Man. Zapetroid over here has a lot of experience, and Phusion...
Some experience.
Some experience.
Put in 24 hours, which is very paltry compared to Zapetroid's.
Yeah, I've played this game more than 50 times.
Yeah.
So, not all the way through every time, but almost all the way through.
Yeah.
At least.
So you'll have to forgive us if you're like, oh, why are you playing on that difficulty mode? Or, oh, why are you starting with 9 E-tanks? Like, these are just things to make it easier for us to get through the game. Although, we'll get through the game faster if we start playing. So we're starting with Blockman, who's kind of the mascot. But there is a greater reason why we're going to be doing the boss order that we choose, which I'll fill you in on, or one of us will fill you in on at some point in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't worry about it right now.
Yeah, don't worry about it right now, but there is a plan.
As far as you're concerned, it's random.
Yes. Hooray! It's Mega Man.
It's Megan, my favorite.
Okay, we're off to a good start.
Let's get into the pit.
You can start. Just handed the controller to Zapetroid.
Hi, I've played this game, I promise.
Actually, this is an excuse for me to go get breakfast. So I'm going to go get like a bagel or something, and I'm leaving you with these two for just a few minutes.
All right.
Don't burn down the stream.
Don't burn down the bagel. Hi everybody, welcome to Mega Man 11, the 11th game Mega Man was ever in.
Very 11. Zapetroid, just full disclosure, I cannot play the next stage. That is the one stage that I cannot do in this order, so it'll have to be you or Flash.
I'll do my very best. Given the performance we just saw,
we got a bar.
I think it'll be me.
I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, I think we'll be fine. We'll be okay.
Okay, so one quality of life thing, I guess, that I like for gameplay purposes, if not authenticity purposes, is that if you fully charge shot a shielded enemy, any shielded enemy in this game, you can then follow up with a few normal shots and they'll take damage. For hard hats, Metals, that's really nice because they die in one hit. Also, we're gonna see button mashing, and a darn good thing too.
Thank you.
I like power gearing here, or speed gearing.
So I tend to use the gears too, but since it's early in the morning, I'm just getting the hang of Mega Man again.
Ah.
We don't need that. I'm taking it anyway.
That might not be my policy. I'll probably use them liberally in a few places. Also, way to time those things. Somehow I still can't do that well. I don't think I ever put into practice.
You know what? It's totally fine. I am, after all, the Mega Man 11 man, apparently.
I promise I'm not a complete amateur at Mega Man 11.
Not right. Oh, no. Oh, boy.
We're good. It's the next one that's hard.
What next one? What was that you said about timing those?
Great job.
Thank you. No gears necessary. We just have fingers.
What are gears?
I'm just honestly waiting for the fact that I'm using this controller, because I have this game on Switch, and I haven't ever played it on anything except Switch. So, there it is, the first damage, unless you count the death at the beginning. I'm just waiting for the controller to trip me up here, but I seem to be doing alright, so I'm gonna count my blessings. Come on!
Right as you say that, right? I actually fight with the controls in Mega Man 11 a lot more than should be reasonable, but I should be able to play and hopefully look impressive some of the time.
That's okay with me. I'm surprised I'm actually doing this well this early in the morning, so...
Did you beat it yet?
Yeah, we finished the whole marathon. How was your bagel?
Now, this is the final boss, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you know. One thing I do appreciate, and this is Mega Man 11, but that doesn't mean it's not going to come back over and over and over again for the rest of the stream, because it actually takes a lot of elements from earlier games, or I mean later games. But one of the... Oh no, no extra life for us.
You know what it is? It's, I'm totally hitting the wrong shoulder button. It's the triggers, actually. It's not the bumpers.
Yes, the,
We can change that if you want.
No, well, I'm used to it now.
The bumpers are going to give us weapon switching once we have weapons! So what I wanted to say was the charge shot in this game is very nice and forgiving. You keep your charge, unless you're using power gear, in which case you get a nice beefy charge shot, but you lose your charge when you get hit. And I actually really like that compromise between how the charge shot was handled in previous games. It just feels natural.
Yeah.
A lot of other things do not feel natural to me just yet.
We have full E-tanks already, right?
You
Yeah,
do have full E-tanks. Unfortunately, it's not 9 E-tanks for
No.
whatever reason.
But it is full.
It is full.
Nope. Oh, I almost totally butts that up right there. We're not letting that happen.
Oh, you would have had enough time to make it.
Possibly. I thought I jumped a little short there.
Yes, that could be a problem. Ah, yeah.
Yep.
At least it is almost impossible to fall right into the pit
Yeah.
in this section.
We're still not taking that much damage, so I'm happy about that.
I think.
Well-
Well, all right.
I
Oh,
walk
no.
away for 2 minutes
How's
and you
your
just
bagel?
throw my Mega Man into a pit.
How's your bagel?
It is growing increasingly warm and hot, just like my temper.
Excellent.
Throwing my Mega Man in a pit.
Hey, look, man, I love Mega Man, but he needs to understand that I'm very tired. And sometimes when I'm tired, someone else suffers.
Not you though.
No, definitely
Well,
not.
good on you for making it through there without the speed gear, because
What even are the gears?
You mean those gears? That gear? This gear?
We're going to see, I know, speaking for myself, we're going to see my Mega Man playing ability get increasingly better as the marathon goes on. Because I've had the least amount of experience with this game. You let Anti-Eddie get away?
We don't
That's the
need
second
him. It's
time.
totally fine.
But yeah, like I was saying, I've only played this once. It was in the midst of Magmal 3 judging, and if you can believe it, I actually got burned out on Mega Man.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, so I only played it on casual mode just because I didn't want to burn myself out further, just wanted to get a sense of what the game was like.
Okay, you're doing great shooting.
Thank you.
But I think we were kind of discussing before, off-stream, that casual is kind of, I don't know about the canonical difficulty for this game, but more of like the one that it was kind of geared toward.
Geared toward.
Yeah, ha ha ha. Okay, I'm gonna go get that bagel now. That was a prompt for a conversation topic for you to
How's
keep
that
talking
bagel?
about.
Bagels are like gears, right? You just missed the teeth.
I'll be okay.
Yeah, there's actually a few safe spots like that in this fight, and they change depending on the tag, and that's something I
Wow.
can't wrap my head around.
You know, I know them too, and it's just, I'm thinking about that bagel.
Well, it's okay, we've got Blockman down to his last phase.
Well,
The first Mega Man boss to have 3 phases, right?
I think so.
And the only one. It's okay, you'll outdamage him.
We're done. Alright, he got bricked!
Blockhead.
Alright, that's the entire marathon. Guys, thank you so much for joining
No,
us.
we
It's
have to
been a
do the reverse part. Rewind the video.
Okay.
So, I know Blockman's kind of the mascot of Mega Man 11, but I really don't like him.
I actually really
Like,
like
the
it.
whole personality really grates on me. And I strongly dislike that he's the only boss that grows gigantic. Like, I'm on board with Power Gear giving everybody really wacky abilities, but just turning into a fortress-sized monster?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, fine, that's a fun bait and switch. If it's like, oh, it's the first boss of the game, they're even putting the cursor on him to tell you, oh, this is the one to try first. But, yeah, bagels.
So, Fusion, does this mean you get to play the next stage?
Play the next stage.
Oh,
Stop dropping
yeah.
blocks, play the next stage.
There you go.
Well, this is gonna be a problem.
Oh, not as much of a problem as I am. Let's go.
Alright.
Alright,
this
so
is...
where are we going next?
We are going to Torchman because he's the next one in the order, right?
Yeah. Should we talk about the order, I think? Oh, you should hit start.
No, I mean, look, the next one in the boss order. Like,
Oh, yeah,
Blockman's good on Torchman.
Yeah,
I played
Blockman's
this game
great on
before.
Torchman.
Uh-huh.
The thing I was just talking about before, where I may have hinted at a specific order that
Yeah.
we
are
totally
playing
planned
through
out in
weakness
advance.
order in every
I'm
single
lying
game.
about that.
No, okay, so this stage is fine except for 2 sections that I will... That's one of them. No, that's not one of
The
them.
bunny section.
Hey, I recognize that enemy. It's red now. Okay. Every section's a bunny section. Except this tent.
So I know what sections you're talking about, and I think a lot of the
Yes.
chat does too. And
Yes,
you know,
so-
to be honest, I actually don't have that much of a problem with them.
Mm-hmm.
And when I say that, I don't mean like they're easy. I mean I actually like them. I think they're pretty cool.
I think I like them. This is,
This is one of 2.
Oh, it's 1 of 2? I thought it was 0 of
1.
2. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
Okay.
I was gonna say, if you somehow make that...
Almost. Well, now there are 3 problematic
I leave
sections.
the game for 4 minutes!
How's that bagel? Oh, with cream cheese.
Oh, dang.
So we're making the game easier by not using any of the tools at our disposal, like the speed gear, right?
You, well...
Funny you should say that. I just used speed
Yeah,
gear, and
twice.
it failed me.
Actually, I'll
And you
sit
can't
over here.
E-tank the big wall of death, so...
You can Thunderstorm it. When's Thunderman coming up in the order?
Very end.
Yeah.
All the way at the end.
I promise I'm better at Mega Man than this.
That's okay.
You
I
probably
took damage and I died too.
You probably won't be able to see the fruits of that promise until much later. Okay, so I know how to deal with you. Get hit instead of, you know,
Ooh, the speedrun strats.
instead of actually taking out the one enemy lighting my path.
Meanwhile, the first time that I played this, of course, like everybody else.
Oh.
Yes?
Wait a second.
I'm waiting.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. What is it?
One of the things we were supposed to do. I spent all that time
Yeah.
grinding in preparation for this, for bolts, and unlocking all of the things in the shop. We haven't even been to the shop yet, have we?
We
But
can
what now?
go to the shop if you want.
We are toasting this rooster right now and going to the shop. Thank you very much.
Bye.
You got it.
Let's see, block.
That works. I seem to remember that most of the mini bosses, if not maybe all of them, are also weak to the same weapon that the boss of the stage is weak
At
to.
the stage.
You're gonna destroy my controller before we even get to 10.
Oh, sorry. I promise
okay, we'll have a nice
I won't
leisurely
mash
walk
very
through
much. Actually, most of the stages appear to be designed for the weapon that the boss is weak to, which means, unfortunately, block is not what this stage is designed for, contrary to popular belief. That is a bit of a rough jump that I could make, and this is where I die.
Oh, no, you're
the resident expert on this game. Why don't you take the comfy chair?
Okay. Oh man, this chair's so comfy!
For those of you who can't see, that's the comfy chair.
Yeah, there's 3 chairs. One of them's comfy, and the other 2 are numphy.
Alright, well, I could also do this properly, but instead I'm gonna take a hit.
We're gonna be okay. We were okay.
We were okay.
We did it.
There's an E-tank.
Okay.
You did it.
There's an E-tank over there, but we're full on E-tanks.
Yeah, we're
also,
totally full.
I don't think I've gotten that E-tank in a very long time.
I can't remember ever getting it, to be honest.
I got it. I got it specifically for you guys.
Thank you so
I
much,
hate fighting
buddy.
these things, so I'm just damage tanking
The
for them.
carrot bots.
Yeah, it's a potato shooting carrots at you. It's a full stew. Oh, okay. You know what? I could do this. I'll do it.
Russia's map to.
Yeah, I just
yeah.
used Rush.
But you want to prove to us that you know how to do simple platforming.
What now?
You want to prove to us that you know how to play.
I'm glad we have checkpoints aplenty in casual mode.
Oh, yes.
And that's what we were saying earlier about casual mode feeling the right difficulty for this game. These stages are super long.
Yeah.
And that is how you safely take those things out, I guess.
Yeah, if you guys thought that Mega Man 8 was a long Mega Man game, Mega Man 11 is a
got
long Mega
nothing
Man
on
game.
Well, the thing is, with 7 and 8,
Uh-oh.
I mean,
I made a mistake.
Oh, you're okay.
it really
No, I'm
starts
not
with
okay.
7.
No, you're totally fine. You got this.
But the games do gradually get longer, and that's fine because it's still clearly first half, second half of this level. But by the time we get to 11, I feel like everything's just like one checkpoint too long. Even though I do like the game and I enjoy the level design, it does feel like things go on just a little bit longer than they should. Kind of like every time I open my mouth.
Oh, no, come on.
We love hearing you talk.
It's only
Forever
because
and
you
ever.
need to finish that bagel.
I didn't need to do that, but... Okay, now... There's a trick to this, and it's called Be Smart.
So the first time I
Take
played
that.
Mega Man 11 was right after it came out, and the week right before that, I went to Flashman's house, and we marathoned 1 through 10 in the correct order in preparation for 11. So this is my first marathon with 11 in it, and we're starting with it. So I'm happy
Now, why are we starting with it?
because it's the 35th AnnREVERSEary. Thank you, my girlfriend Rachel, for that suggestion of a name.
By the way, folks, this is where the blind run stops. Even if I'm still getting hit.
Hey, that's okay. I took lots of punches to the face on Blockman, even though I totally know the pattern.
Ouch.
Oh, you got this.
Ouch. I'm totally blanking on power gear right now.
Do it.
I should.
It's now or never.
I'll wait for double gear.
Sure.
Oh, we should also let the folks at home, or wherever they're watching from, know when we're switching controllers, because it may not immediately be obvious unless somebody falls directly into a pit who it is.
Yeah, we tend to switch... whenever we do marathons, we tend to switch controllers at the end of a stage, sometimes when somebody dies, and also whenever we feel like it. If there's something in particular that we are like, I don't want to do this, you take the helm. And we'll try our
that
best
was an option?
Yeah, if you want to. We'll try our best to announce when that happens.
Yeah.
Which
Announcement.
Are you finished with your bagel?
I am finished with my bagel.
That means you get to play the next one.
That means I get to play the next one. I promise I won't immediately intentionally get hit and die.
Can you see the screen okay from there?
It's a little far away, but...
Okay. I can move over a little.
No, that's fine. It's not the distance so much as it is the angle. Okay, so where are we going now? Pick one for me.
We go to Blast Man now.
Blast Man.
Yeah, he's our favorite.
Yeah.
For the moment.
Yeah. We have his weakness, and this time we're not lying about it.
Yes, we are. No, we're not.
So again, I've only played this once. And I've technically dabbled around with the...
So WWP down there.
The stages, just prepping for... We didn't go to...
The shop.
The shop. Stage select.
So WWP in the chat says picking the corners first, and you might think that, but...
Yes, we are picking the corners first.
Technically, yes, I guess that does apply.
That's true. For right now, it is.
So we have more money than God Carmachino and Aerie, so we are going to buy everything we can. Yes. And spaghetti boots.
Sure.
We'll not worry about that yet. Normal speed booster, is that okay with everybody?
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It'll get us to Mega Man 10 faster.
Don't need the auto charge. Energy output, yep, that's nice. I haven't actually done the math on how many of these, but I'm positive we can get... Yeah, this one's super important. Again, wanted to start this game with... start every game with lots of advantages. I've not used this one, but it says for master players, and that's not me.
I can go through without it, so don't worry
can you
about
hover through the middle there? I don't think I ever unlocked that one. The 500 thing.
This one?
Capsule catch. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Alright, my curiosity's been satisfied.
Yeah, so what I did was, in advance of playing this game, I practiced all of the stages a little bit just to refresh my memory on what all happens here. And then I was gathering bolts and doing the different things. What's weird about the shop is that the items in the shop only unlock under certain conditions.
Yeah.
Like, a couple of these only unlock after you've beaten the game, and then you just keep going on that same save file.
It's like a very Zelda vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wily actually never gets defeated. Sorry.
Yeah, the game doesn't offer too much in the way of New Game Plus, so having a lot of the, I wouldn't say a lot of them, but having a few of them unlock after you beat the game seems a little bit pointless, but Mega Man 11's fun enough for me that I'll just play it again!
Okay, so we don't care about auto charge, and we don't want to have this?
It, honestly, it doesn't matter to me.
Never used it.
I do not need it.
Are you sure?
Okay, but we can...
Are you sure?
Are you sure?
Ta-da!
Are you sure? Are you sure?
There we go, speedrun strats.
Yeah.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
This is what you all came here for,
Yeah,
right? Just to
absolutely.
watch this. I'm only going to make one of these. I think we'll be fine.
Sure.
Are you sure?
So we were talking about how taking less knockback was important earlier. One thing I've noticed about Mega Man 11 is that it's actually not as happy about throwing you straight into pits when you get hit as the past games.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it'll still do that for you, don't get me
of
wrong.
course, yeah.
Already. Are you sure?
The knockback in Mega Man 11 seems very,
It's
jarring.
been when
Yeah.
it's
When
very
you just kind of
strange.
get, like, thrown backwards.
And then you stop
and,
immediately.
yeah, you stop completely instead of just, like, slowly moving backwards.
And that's a bit of a thing I have with the weapons as well. The charge shot gives you a bit of recoil. The power charge shot makes you float in the air, just like all the other power gear weapons do. And as far as them being power gear weapons, power gear variants, I'm fine with that. But then there are those weapons that actually make you completely stop even normally, like Acid Barrier or Scramble Thunder. And much as I love Scramble Thunder, I left out Acid Barrier for a reason.
What do I get hit with?
Fire, explosives, they hurt. Would not recommend in real life.
Okay, so is anybody keeping an eye on chat? I see it looks like there's one or two things that may need some sort of response. Oh, I got distracted of what I was going to do. Well,
get that one up. You're on 0 lives right now, by the way. Yes.
What?
Let's see.
You guys! I could have bought my way.
To be fair, you left for a bagel for 5 minutes and then you come back.
one life per minute. That's alright. Okay, yeah. So this is my first time sitting in front of a stream with a chat, so I have not gotten into the habit.
Yeah, it is not my first time, but it is one of my first times. I don't stream very often, but okay, let's take a look. Hey Flash, when are you gonna do voice acting for a Mega Man game?
I mean, I do that every time I play a Mega Man game, don't I?
There's your answer.
Yeah. It's been done plenty of times.
If Capcom ever asks me, I'll be like, yeah, sure. If I ever see an opportunity to get in on this, sure.
Yeah. What is your favorite Robot Master in this game, or Robot Masters, plural?
Bounce Man!
Yeah?
Okay, good. I hate Bounce Man. So I'm glad
so the reason I said yeah in that very hopeful tone is because I agree with you. That's also my favorite.
Alright, when we get to Bounce Man, we are going to see why I am the contrarian of the group. But,
Okay. What I was trying to be fancy, and I was trying to hit them on the side. What I love that this is my favorite mini boss in the game.
Special weapons.
This is one of my least favorites because I think I know how you're supposed to do it. I can't do it.
What I was gonna do was be like, oh yeah, you can also hit them on the sides here, which I have been practicing before.
Which is the only thing I've ever really done. Okay, no, I think I've bounced these ninja bomb guys into them, but in my practice runs last week, it was not happening once. So I'm impressed at you right now.
Nice job.
How'd you get block dropper to work on that? Why can't I get it to work on that?
You just press the B button.
But they're shielded from below or above.
But yeah, chat, if you have a question that you that we missed that you would like answered, please feel free to repeat it.
Speaking of
Did you
missed,
almost go for that?
I thought about it.
Speaking of missed, I have not answered what my favorite webmaster in this game is. Oh yeah, nobody's seen it yet. Well, it'll be clear enough once we switch games. It's Fuse Man, by the way.
So I love the way that they represent.
Forgot about you.
I love the way they represented this dude in 3D like this.
Just shoot it as a shield, man.
Okay, that was just
me.
cathartic. We have a question highlighted. Something about showing us something?
May I show the trailer demo for the Mega Man fan game I developed?
That's not... yeah, feel free to send links that are relevant and safe.
There was something I was going to say earlier.
How many Wileys does it take to screw in a light bulb?
At least 11. I don't think the light bulb's still... I don't think the light bulb's on, though.
No. Lights on, no Wileys home.
Shoot.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Oh, you were saying you like representation of something?
Yeah, those Walker Joe enemies, I don't know if that's their actual name. I love the way they're represented in 3D.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good. I think they're called Sniper Walkers in Mega. Okay, you know
Flash,
what?
Do you know?
It was Sniper Armor D, I think, is what these ones?
Yeah, those boys.
Oh, that is not the weapon that I thought I was using. Oh well.
This is very far from the last enemy that's gotten a nice 3D, what's it called? Remaster, upgrade, reimagining. We'll be seeing plenty more of them. However, this is our first time seeing them today, so we'll see them in their earlier incarnations.
Here's where we die. Goodbye to me.
I think the first time I played this, I didn't die.
Oh, I guess
What was that you said about dying?
I guess if I'm not going for the
extra stuff.
The extra stuff. That felt satisfying.
Yeah, and look at that. You're not missing that much health. right.
Now, I know I have the right weapon, I just want to get a charge shot off first.
Sure. Oh no!
Mega Man 11 is annoying with the charge shot in that it takes a very long time for boss animations to stop and for you to start moving again. And if you let go of the charge at any point during that time, you lose it without shooting anything. And that's actually unlike every other Mega Man game in existence where you can charge. Imagine that.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this because we've got ones to burn.
We have it.
And we don't have extra lives, so yeah!
Alright. Blasting right through.
Huzzah!
Alright.
Well, I've earned my keep for the marathon.
Alright, we'll see you later.
Yeah. It was really nice to have you
Have
here.
a nice sleep.
Thank you for joining us.
We'll see you in 30 years. For the 65th anniversary.
Oh, good grief.
If there's one thing I don't...
When the most recent game is Mega Man 13.
If there's one thing I don't like about the... Okay, let me start over. If there's something that I don't like about Mega Man 11...
I'm sorry, let me interrupt you because I misread the little tag from his head as beard cider. That's the note that I saw attached to his head.
That goes great with a bagel.
If there's one thing I don't like about Mega Man 11, and then there's probably going to be a few things where I start off with that sentiment. It's how quickly the explosion animations happen. If there's one thing I really like about Mega Man 11, it's how quickly he absorbs the weapon after you defeat the boss. Because it's a thing that takes forever in all the other Mega Man games.
Okay, well this should be enough lives, yeah?
I think
Yes. I think 0 lives is plenty.
See, okay, over to you, Zapetroid.
so. Sure. We have a question. How do you feel after it's been 10 years since the last marathon?
Pick a stage and then we'll talk.
You got it. So from here, I believe it's Acid Man.
It's Acid. Corners first.
Right. Corners first. Let's go.
So, 10 years since the last... Well, I've done other marathons in between, but the last one that I live streamed was the Megathon 2012 for Mega Man's 25th anniversary. Oh yes, good way to start.
Yep.
Well, aside from getting stomped by spiders, but because normally it's supposed to be
We're
the
just
other
going to
way
come
around.
back here at
but-
the start.
Spider enemies have appeared in the past 3 consecutive Mega Man games, which means the first 3 consecutive Mega Man games for us today.
Yes. Ooh, nice. I love that weapon. That is probably my favorite weapon in the game, and one of my favorite weapons in the series, I think. I love the really unique attack angles, things that just fill a void that no other weapon is suited for. And just the way it powers through things, too. It's not just, it goes in an angle and it hits a thing. It blasts through everything.
It multi-hits.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Now, the thing about Mega Man 11's weapons is that, for us today, they're totally unique, and future games will absolutely rip off of
Yeah.
it. Which means, in reverse order or chronological order, fill in the blanks.
Yeah, we're looking forward to watching the Series D evolve. That's one of the reasons. There are a few reasons why we did it in this order. One of them, the main one, is because it's... I know from previous marathon experience, talking about the one 10 years ago, that whatever the first game is that you play needs to be one that you can kind of get into the groove with, and that's a little forgiving, which is not Mega Man 1. Not a good place to start when you're still kind of waking up. And so that was one of the driving factors here, because I know casual mode we can play as, we have all these starting advantages, makes it a lot more forgiving, a lot easier. And also the games keep getting longer as the series goes on, and I found with the Megathon that as we got through like Mega Man 7, Mega Man 8, as we were already losing a little bit of energy as the day went on, it was extra difficult. Oh, you can chain those together.
Yep.
Interesting, I've
also-
never tried that.
Chain bombs?
I think it's called Chain Bomb, yeah.
Chain blast?
Chain something.
That's cool, I like that. See, I love discovering new things. I will eventually
It's
play
in
this
the
game a lot
name.
more, but yeah, okay. Humna. But yeah, the games keep getting longer, and so it's harder and harder to keep going with the marathon until then. And also, 9 is difficult, 10 is difficult, and all of these games are difficult in their own right, but because I haven't played them as much, and because of certain things about how they're designed...
Do you even need that?
Nope, but I want it anyway.
That's okay, I'm just blathering. No, I'm
No,
sorry.
please, go on.
Yeah, Please finish your thoughts.
But anyways, the games keep getting longer, and then they keep getting more difficult, and then ending with Mega Man 11, which I've only played once. Like, I know I have, it's the three of us, so we don't need to rely on any one person. But anyways, all of these things were taken into consideration, and we thought doing a marathon in reverse order would be optimal for making sure we get through this marathon and we're still in good spirits by the end of it.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Very important.
Because I think that is one of the key things about doing any marathon now versus 10 years ago is, I'm old. I'm not that old, but I'm feeling old.
I'm definitely an old man now.
And especially
totally
when
fine.
people are like, oh yeah, I like that archaic vintage anime from the mid-2000s. I'm like, oh man, I'm not that old, am I? That wasn't 20 years ago, was it? But it's harder for me to, continue to have, I don't know about the enthusiasm. I think the enthusiasm's still there, even though I have gotten a bit burned out on Mega Man 24/7 all day, every day, because of Magmal involvement. But I think just having the stamina for any kind of major event like this, it takes a lot more for me to build myself up and get in the groove for it.
Completely unrelated. Related. I think we're agreeing that the best time for this marathon for all of us would have been a few years ago.
Yeah.
The second best time is now.
I'm still having a blast.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, an acid.
I am. I've wanted to do a Mega Man marathon. I've never had the pleasure. Nice.
Thank you.
Of
I may have played this game 49 times.
of anything like that. I've never marathoned any games before, so this is definitely a dream come true in a lot of ways. But I am super out of practice with games.
Oh my goodness, did you see that?
Almost death.
Almost slid by complete accident.
I'm super out of practice with a lot of games that I knew like the back of my hand a lot of years ago. So you might see me getting disappointed a few times.
Ooh.
So everything in this stage is weak to Block Dropper.
Pretty much.
Which is good for the stage, but bad when you fight Acid Man and you don't know his pattern. Because he is also weak to Block Dropper. Hey, we have a full meter.
Let's go!
Woo to the who.
Now the thing about the weapons I wanted to say, sorry, a little digression.
Please.
Mega Man 11 has a lot of, if you're being very not generous, you'd call them derivative weapons or rip-off weapons of previous games. But I love how they are implemented. They are direct improvements over the weapons that they are inspired from. I called Torch, Fire Torch, Blazing Torch, that's what it is. Solar Blaze 2.0, because it's bug fixes, it's security improvements, it's graphical enhancements, it's everything.
Alright, that's Acid.
We are no longer on acid.
Guys,
We're still over Acid, and now we're not.
The only drug we should be doing today is Mega Man.
Mega Man's a drug?
It is for me. I played this game a lot. Who's taking the next
apologies. I was going to call attention to the fact that my wife Z-Saber is here. She is in the chat. You may hear her floating in and out at some point.
Hi, Z-Saber.
Hi, Z-Saber.
All right, pressing the buttons.
Do we want to...
Buttons.
Pass it off.
Alright.
Alright. Oh,
Ooh, cutscene time.
Okay, voice acting. You're Mega Man.
Doctor, is something wrong?
The double gear system.
It was so very long ago.
What he said.
Yeah.
that was a really great Dr. Light.
Yeah, thank
You're
you.
doing really well.
It's funny with the voice acting in this series because in my head, the canonical voice for Dr. Light and all of these characters are the voices from the Ruby Spears cartoon show. That is the sound of Mega Man in my head.
I wish I could be there with you because for me it's Mega Man 8.
Okay. But what's interesting to me is that there's a lot of there's like television shows and movies and video games where if they change the voice actor or the actor, a lot of times it's, oh, this just doesn't feel right, it's not the same, or, oh, I'm glad they replaced this person is a perfect fit. And with the Mega Man games, it's like, I know in my head what I want these characters to sound like, and they keep changing the voice actors every single game. There is no continuity whatsoever as far as I'm aware, and I'm also okay with that, because that in and of itself is sort of a style, so that you can really make, anybody the canonical voice of this character, because it doesn't matter. There's nobody being established.
With this installed.
I will say I appreciate at the very least that they finally gave Mega Man a voice that I can agree with in the games proper.
However,
Because while I definitely identified heavily with his Mega Man 8 voice acting, I think it's only because I'm just so used to it that every time I think about Mega Man, every time I think about Mega Man speaking, it's Dr. Light! What are you talking about? I don't sound like this! But this is a much better voice actor for Mega Man.
Yeah, and I think this correctly captures what Mega Man 8 was probably going for, was you want to have somebody youthful. Like, he's still Mega Man, not Mega Boy, but he's basically Dr. Light's child. You know, we have, I commented in my YouTube videos, like, the Astro Boy look that he rocks at the end of Mega Man 1. There's some direct inspiration there.
Now, what's his voice like in the Japanese version in Mega Man 8?
It's more like you might expect it to be.
Okay, I think what might have happened is the marketing team looked at, or the talent search people looked at Mega Man's face and was like, he's 10 years old.
Knuckle Kid, yeah.
Mighty Kid.
I'm flattered that people in chat say that my voice is the voice in their head for some of these characters.
You're definitely the voice in my head for, like, Dr. Cossack.
For Dr. Wily, for me.
Oh, Kalinka.
I mean, I'm the voice in my head all the time.
It's
so
true.
Yeah.
It's nice to have other voices in there sometimes.
So I was going to bring up that,
Yeah, and A Spark brings up a good point. I think it was having the budget of a cheese sandwich for voice acting.
Fusion, you were gonna say?
Yeah, I was gonna say that you can actually skip through parts of the weapon get cutscenes in this game. I don't know that we actually want to do that, because it gives us a lot of downtime to, like, talk about our thoughts for the...
Yeah.
And swap controller.
Yeah. Rush, be a good boy now.
That
That was good.
Got it, Doctor!
Alright, okay, we're all decked out with our animal friends, who we'll never see again. I think we all know what Rush does.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, so the next corner is Impact Man.
Yep. I just need to know what button is A.
The button.
I am very glad to have Acid Barrier coming in here.
Yeah.
Because it is the weapon to use against Impact Man stage and Impact Man. Yeah, the level design in this game is very complex, and
it's very deliberate.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
There's nothing haphazard about the design in this game.
One thing I really
yes.
loved about it.
Yes,
'Cause,
that's how you play the game.
This was the first new Mega Man in, what was it, 8 years? Since 10? And so I was afraid that in the 8 years between 10 and 11, they were going to screw it up somehow. And I'm proud to say that I know Mega Man 11 isn't the most well-loved Mega Man in the series. I think that'll always be like 2 and 3 and things like that.
But it's also not the most hated by far.
No, it's fantastic. I was really impressed with it. It felt like a natural progression of Mega Man into the modern day.
Yeah, and I completely agree about that. So I love 9. 9 would be my favorite Mega Man game in the classic series if I had the charge and the slide, and if they just pulled back the Mega Man 2 references just a smidge.
Oh yeah.
That would be all it would take to make that my favorite Mega Man game. But looking at it, I was kind of okay with them pulling it back because I felt like...
Well, you're pulling out the Jukes of Hazard.
I don't know how I'm dodging all this.
But I feel like 7... Because 7 was sort of a collision of the NES games and the Game Boy games, trying to kind of fuse those together into something new, and also taking a step onto the Super Nintendo. It was a little bit experimental, but it did start to... Like, that was about the maximum comfort level that I have with new features and different features in the series. Then we got to 8, and I feel like they crossed the line and went too far, and were just implementing feature creep. And I like that 9 pulled it back. I kind of wish they didn't pull it back so hard and that it was a more natural progression, because that's one thing I love about this series up until 9, is that every installment is a refinement of the previous one and attempts to improve on the previous one in some way. It's not like the Mario games where each one's totally different and has its own personality, at least up until some of the more recent ones. But it really was, okay, what did we do in the last game that was good? Let's keep doing that. What could we do better or differently? Let's do that. And then 9 was, well, what's the most popular one?
People
Everybody
like
loves
Mega Man
2.
2.
Yeah. And so they pulled it back there, because I think there was I feel like there was a lack of understanding or confidence about what draws people to Mega Man? What do they actually like? Like, they look at the sales numbers and say, oh yeah, Mega Man 2, that's the one everybody wants. But why 2? What was special about 2? And so I think they did capture a lot of that, and they did release a really good game, but it does backtrack very hard.
Yeah.
It lost a lot of what else made Mega Man good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then when you get to 10, 10 isn't a continuation of the franchise. 10 is piggybacking off of 9, and because they didn't quite have a handle on what really the core of Mega Man was entirely, like, they got parts of it, but, like, what is it that we love about this series? And they were looking at some other aspects of it, and started taking experiments in different directions, and those were a lot of things that I didn't like how they handled it. And so 10 is piggybacking off of 9, it's not a continuation of the entire series as much. And then we get to 11, and 11 feels like a return to form. Like, if it had gone 8 and then 11, it would have felt like a pretty natural progression to me. And I like that they did simplify things without rebooting it. Like, this doesn't feel like a soft reboot. This does feel like a sequel. Like, 9 feels like a soft reboot.
Yeah.
11 feels like a proper sequel. Because they simplify it by stripping out extra characters. There's no Proto Man, there's no base, and I am okay with that. I would have loved to have seen some DLC with Proto Man, or DLC with Roll would have been amazing, but I am okay with just pulling it back, having one playable character, putting the focus on the core team, Mega Man, Dr. Light, Roll, Rush, Dr. Wily, and I also appreciate that they introduced a new game mechanic that fundamentally changes how the game plays. The power gear, the speed gear really change it up, but they kind of just feel like other special weapons. It's not turning the game upside down.
No. And I think it adds a wonderful layer of challenge and experimentation to the game.
Yeah.
Which Mega Man is already richly known for, but it adds an entirely new depth. Because not only now do you still have 8 weapons, one for each Robot Master, but now you have a power version of them. And you can do a little bit more with them if you use speed gear too. It doesn't necessarily change the way that the weapon functions, but it gives you an opportunity to get better with it and use it in different ways. And I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the power versions of the weapons are really well designed.
Yes.
Yeah.
As are the challenges
You don't want that
around
health?
the weapons. I don't need any health.
Sorry, I just have to be somebody's mom.
That's all right.
You're not going to eat that health?
What do you mean you don't want a bagel? Nathaniel had a bagel.
Yeah, I am actually very firmly of the opinion that Mega Man 11 is what Mega Man 8 tried to be.
Yeah.
And it succeeds.
That's coming from me, and I love Mega Man 8.
We're going to have a Mega Man 8 expert in with us today, and that is...
Oh, I'm the Mega Man 11 expert and the Mega Man 8 expert?
Well, we're all the Mega Man 11 expert.
Not me!
I'm the one sitting in
Don't
the comfy
lump me
chair.
in with you two!
I'm not tooting my own horn here, but I don't see you in the comfy chair.
I love this drop section. That's very creative.
I like how you can get past it in less than a second. Now, one thing, though, that Mega Man 11 does have that a lot of other non-8-bit Mega Man games have is very chaotic sound design. In this fight, it's a
nice
very
dodge.
good... Thank you. It's a... this is Concrete Man version 2, by the way.
Okay. I trust you.
Yeah, so... Let's see. I'm gonna have a very heck of a time trying to form coherent thoughts while I'm playing,
That's
or
okay.
or while I'm watching other people.
Well, why don't you
Yeah.
save it, and we can talk while you're going.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, okay, I wanted to say that you hear this, like, I actually really like Impact Man's voice, but this whole fight is, I like to spike, hold still, don't move, spike, 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 let's go, okay, and
Also, I have
And
to say,
there's no
I
break.
love your show offery, by the way.
I'm showing off, what?
You're not using acid barrier.
I hate acid barrier, it's my least favorite weapon in the game, it's really useful, I died? I wasn't even paying attention, okay.
That's okay, because you don't need help.
You hate acid
I don't
barrier.
need help. Yeah, health is just taking up too much space in my brain for me to go after. So anyways, you'll see me actually beat Impact Man this time, and I swear on my chart shot. Oh no.
I agree with Ace about the bosses having excellent tells. The patterns, like, even though some of the patterns are really hard to get right, you can see what you need to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Another thing about casual mode, I feel like you're actually not taking a lot of damage from anything.
It's much less.
That
Yeah,
helps,
okay.
yeah.
And normal mode is actually a little too heavy-handed with the damage, I think, because this doesn't feel like it's easy. Mega Man 10 easy mode feels easy. Mega Man 11 casual mode does not.
No,
Well, and
it still feels
even
down,
just
yeah.
even just the branding of it, I think one of the reasons I rankled when I first played Mega Man 10 and saw easy mode was that
Nice job.
sort of elitist attitude of Mega Man is for true gamers, and feeling like, you know, I earned my stripes playing these games on the hardest difficulty that existed, which was the only difficulty.
And it's not just names, too. It's literally everything that easy
No,
mode
it is.
does.
Yeah, it is absolutely everything. But just seeing easy as an option on there, I
Like,
just
that's
went,
already
oh, how
off to
dare
it.
you enter my franchise? And I recognize that was snobby of me. But at the same time, it's not designed in a way that makes any sense. Like, if you want to become a good Mega Man player, if you just want an entry level, like, this is how I'm going to warm up to the series, easy is not handled well. Because it just hands you everything, so you never really learn anything. You don't need to practice anything. There's no real, you know, there are some threats. So if you are struggling with games in general, where are we going now? Which one do you
The
want?
next corner, of course, Fuse Man.
Fuse Man. That looks like a
Yeah.
corner.
Guys, we're doing all 8 corners first.
Yes.
Not to interrupt your thought, but A_random bird says, I'm not sure if you did it and I didn't see, but if you didn't know, if you press down and attack while the chain blast bomb is out, it explodes immediately.
Yes, it's up in attack, I think.
I actually didn't know. It doesn't matter either way. I had no idea.
Maybe it's down in attack. It was actually a Mega Man cute little illustrated tip released by Capcom at some point.
I didn't know that. I
Well,
played
your
this game
barrier's
a
stronger
million
than my
times.
barrier. It's official.
It's an electric barrier.
Thank you for that tip. I didn't know that, and I played this game more than the both of them combined. So
Me getting greedy trying to refill my everything. That's not... Oh, that would have been beautiful if I had gotten the weapon that I thought I was
the
aiming
power
for.
gear
There we go.
chain
Thank
bomb
you.
is fantastic. It's one of my favorite weapons in the game.
I only actually ever use
The
power gear, chain bomb, and chain blast.
For the little
suppose-
like slidey floor enemies that
I'm
I
actually
hate
just
them very
experimenting now. I'm not trying real strategies here.
That
I'm just
is a
playing
real
around with
strategy.
weapons.
You
Well, yeah, I
can-
guess it is.
You can pile drive through everything. We just got one of my favorite weapons in this game. Favorite weapon number 1, favorite weapon number 3, maybe. Really love pile driver. Sure, it's break dash probably. Last one's grounded. It's definitely
No,
Comet
I knew
Dash.
I was going to get hit there.
If anyone's played Mega Man Unlimited, it is literally just Comet Dash. But Comet Dash is fun. Pile driver is fun. Who doesn't like being invincible?
Oh yeah, we have to do this without Bounce Man's weapon.
I'm
Bounce. Oh,
fine with that.
I am too. I'm just not used to it anymore.
Yeah.
Bounce Ball is Rebound Striker, but better.
But yeah, going back to easy mode, like, it is a mode that people can play if they are not good at platformers. But if somebody, like, wants to use that as an entry to the Mega Man series of, like, oh, this is one of the easier Mega Man games, you can practice a little bit, you can get a feel for how this goes and then get better at it, I feel like it's not an effective teaching tool or an effective entry to the series if you have any intention of, you know, playing the other games without any kind of assistance. It's just, we've toned down the level design to the point where
It's trivial.
it's trivial, and it's not even like, if someone said design an easy Mega Man game, they wouldn't make that game.
Yeah. My plan was to, when I first started off with Mega Man 10, to use easy mode to get myself used to the level architecture, enemy placement, and stuff like that. But they mess with all of that. You actually don't learn how the stages work because you're being handheld so much. All 8 stages have mini-bosses in this game, which, I don't know, there was something about the four mini-bosses per game split that I really liked about Mega Man 9 and 10.
Honestly, I don't mind the fact that every stage has a mini boss.
Yeah, I think when I was, if Mega Man 11 didn't come out after Mega Man 9 and 10, I would love it. I would be all for it.
What am I even trying to accomplish here?
Get an E-Tank?
Yeah, I hate using E-Tank. At least it's a
I mean,
mini-boss.
we have a million of them.
But this is me goofing around instead of actually trying to, you know, avoid damage.
This fight would be over in 3 seconds if we hadn't Bounce Ball.
Pile Driver, much as I love it, it's hard
You got it.
use against enemies, because if those that don't die in one hit are likely to hit you somehow. I think you can be precise about it and avoid that. No, not taking the scenic route. But
We don't have time
it's
for the
tricky.
scenic route. We gotta get to Mega Man 1.
I like that you don't feel the need to wait. I don't either.
I adore that you can summon Rush on command in this game. That is one of my single... Right, there's there's many of you.
There's 3 of them.
Look at the number, count. Things
No,
at the
you
bottom
see...
there.
Okay.
Wrong way, Rush.
Wrong type, Rush.
Well, you adore being able to summon Rush on command.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the other one. There you go.
Thank you.
That works.
Well...
That's what you wanted to do, right?
Yep, it got me
First
through,
try!
didn't it?
Pile drive is my,
Oh, yeah, that'd be a good one.
my
Well, I'm
recommendation.
also still kind of getting a feel for where our...
Here's our big eye.
This Kevin over here.
Still getting a feel for where are things in the order when I quick switch through the weapons.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyways, I do adore being able to summon Rush anywhere on command. That just adds so much to the strategy, I think, because even though, yes, you could still technically pause at any time in any game, I think we need an E-Tank.
Yeah. We definitely
I'm
need-
going to use it to recover from this excursion. Quick note, I don't know how I feel about... I shouldn't stand here while I'm talking.
Yeah.
I don't know how I feel about drones in a Mega Man game. Like, I like futuristic, but that's too much current technology, and it just feels... Even with putting cute face on it, just feels weird. Like, something about that feels off to me.
I
don't...
keep thinking there's something to that drone like in Mega Man 10 where it reverses the conveyor belt directions. But I think there isn't, right? It's just a thing with a flashing red light on its head. Our first silence of the playthrough.
This is the Fuseman fight. We can't talk during the Fuseman fight.
Favorite Robot Master, in case no one heard me the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Right, this is what I should be doing, so that I can get hit in slow motion for you.
And now you can't. When I use the gears, I tend to very mindfully use them in short bursts so that I don't meter out.
Yeah,
Agreed.
I try not to.
Agreed. But again, still amateur player
No,
here.
like,
No,
when
you
I
got
do that,
this.
it literally feels like cheating.
You know, this strategy would work a lot better if it worked.
Would you...
Just to be
Okay.
safe.
Yeah, sure.
Just to be safe. I have no shame.
And 3, 2, 1... There
Done.
we go.
Alright.
Alright, perfect run.
Yeah.
Perfectly imperfect.
Another thing I really like about Mega Man 11, which we haven't talked about yet, is the weapon wheel. And even though I don't use it, just because I'm not used to it, I think it's probably one of the best additions to the series.
Yeah.
Just quick switching to any weapon without having to cycle or pause the game.
There's a lot of things I said that messed me up about Mega Man 11, and the weapon wheel is one of them, Rush is one of them, but those are things that I think I like the presence of, because they open up a lot more strategy. They mess me up because I want to be fancier than I really should, right? I'm trying to use them before I really understand how they work.
Alright, next up is Bounce Man.
Really? Oh, yes.
Yep.
We actually have a choice.
Oh, that's right.
To respond to /Cell, can you show the trailer I send? Because I'm curious to know what you guys think about the game I develop. We will not be doing that on stream. You can certainly, communicate with other people in whatever your social media circles are and get for insight there. But this is purely us playing the official Mega Man games. Won't be switching gears to do any showcase. Switching gears. How many times do I use that phrase? But anyways,
We're going to point it out every time we have it.
to close the
Mega
loop
Man.
about my thoughts on the different difficulty modes, simply calling it casual makes me feel that much better. Because easy is, you can't handle this. We need to make it easy on you. Whereas casual is, you can probably handle it, but you've got other stuff that you're dealing with in your life. You just want to have a fun time, and you don't want to be stressed out by Mega Man.
Yeah. Very good. Hey. So,
This, for my money, this is the worst stage in the game.
I hate this stage.
And
actually.
I like it in concept. I love bouncy stuff. I love the different physics in like Springman stage and Nightman stage. Those are fun. But there's a couple of screens here, and I think it's also sort of when you hit the bouncy balls at different angles, where it gets so difficult to predict, and they get very precise in a couple spots where this isn't really a precise kind of gimmick.
Yeah. it doesn't look precise.
Yeah, and also they don't tell you about, if you hold the button, you'll bounce higher.
And go up.
Yeah.
You don't even bounce higher, you just go up. How does that even work when you hit a sidewall? That is something you're gonna hear me get unnecessarily worked up by. The physics in this whole stage, including Bounce Man himself. But before I do that, I want to finish a thought about Rush Coil and Rush Jet. I like the idea that they are separate from all the other weapons, but it messes me up so much because it's not in any other game. These bouncy ball enemies, I hate them so much because they have one set of physics, one set of rules that they play by when you're just leaving them alone. And the moment you shoot them, they become pinballs. And my brain can't handle that. I actually studied physics for way too long in my life, and now that has made my ability to play Bounce Man stage a complete joke.
Aww.
Like, I can't wrap my head around any of the things that go on in this stage or in the Bounce Man fight, and that is part of why I don't like Bounce Man. We're gonna see a few weapons be effective on these obligatory floor spike, sweepy,
very smooth.
enemies.
Thank you. The trick is, as soon as you get up here, just let go of the button.
Yeah.
There are tricks, certainly, to every single one of these screens.
And I think my issue with, you don't know that you're supposed to hold the button to jump or whatever, like, they can communicate that to you without doing a full tutorial or writing text on the screen, but it's actually relevant here. Other games, you can kind of get through it without, you can kind of fumble your way, but this one you really need to have a tight mastery on, am I holding the button, am I not holding the button when I bounce, what angle am I hitting it at, and I feel like the stage doesn't quite...
I usually use Torch for this, actually.
I feel like the stage doesn't quite train you properly the way the other stages do with their gimmicks.
And this is one of those gimmicks where if you're seeing it for the first time, it makes no sense. Mm-hmm. Like the room right before, I don't know how you're supposed to comprehend that without knowing all the rules of the bouncy balls on the walls and the everywhere. Like whenever I came back to this game after a long time away from it, I was able to figure out that room with only a minimal amount of effort.
Let me interrupt for just a moment and talk about the Tokenizer 5s that are popping out of the pits here.
Please do.
These are my favorite pit poppers since the bombs in Mega Man 1 and Bomb Man stage, because they don't just blindside you and smack you into a pit. If you get hit, you do get knocked backwards onto the platform that you came from. And once one of them comes out, everything's very clearly delineated of, okay, I can expect that there's another one in one of these pits soon. And that one's a little bit sneaky at the end, because you kind of think, oh, I'm through this now. There we go.
It is nice to be able to not die upon hitting one of those things. And now we don't have gears.
It's alright.
But I think it's well implemented, and after it disappears or after you destroy it, it doesn't immediately come back to knock you in again.
Does it ever come back?
I think if you wait long enough, it does. I can't quite remember. I think I tested that. Oops.
That's alright.
That's okay.
We're just gonna... Just gonna take the non-scenic route.
The other thing that I take issue with in Bounce Man stage is, in general, this game is really good about embracing one thing that I've always loved about Mega Man level design, is that there are multiple ways to get through any challenge. Every once in a while there's like a puzzle, like there's one or two parts of Mega Man 2 in particular that are like, you just have to do it this way and that's it.
Yeah.
But in general, the game gives you lots of options about how you can get through a section. You can make it easier on yourself, you can make it harder on yourself. But like this room, for me, this is the worst room in the game, because there are lots of different ways that you can dispatch the enemies, but just getting through here, you need to hit the wall at the right angle and
it doesn't work.
Get the timing right, and then not get bounced back down and just do the whole thing over again.
Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, let's just give it a shot.
Those balloons are immune to everything. It's pretty ridiculous. Also, you can get stuck in that corner forever and ever and ever and
yeah,
ever.
this whole left side, they needed to cut that top ball.
There we go.
Or a few of them. I don't like any of these things.
We could use that E-tank, right? Well, we're
can
getting
now.
it anyway. Now I gotta get back down here.
Without starting over, good luck. That's the thing.
Now, can you rush Jet? I know coil doesn't work, but can you summon the Jet in the air? And okay, good. That works. All right, so there technically is like one workaround in here, but still, I feel like this is just very, very precise. with so much room for
The
error.
thing is about these balls, I think their boxes, their collision boxes are bigger than their models. Like, if you hit the corner, it
That feels
bounces. And I really hate that. They needed to give you more room for error on these things.
Oh, gee.
For reasons like that.
There we go.
Okay, so I learned today that this boss is weak to a lot of things. Pile Driver is one of them. It's not very useful. Blazing Torch is one, and Block Dropper is the one that I found out a while back.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Fireworks.
So Ace confirms that they are boxy hitboxes and not spheres,
Yep.
and that's what messes with us.
That's part of why I hate this stage, honestly. In addition to messing with all of my sense of physics that ever exists.
And it's a unique negative mark on an otherwise really solid game.
Yes.
Like, even the flaws, even the things I complain about, they're not really major problems the way some other Mega Man games have problems.
This is so polished.
It's like, yeah, I might like if this were different, but I'm still okay with it being the way it is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Bounce Man stage is... It wants to be Spring Man stage a little too much. You can see it in this room with the spacey background.
That's a good point, yeah.
And Spring Man stage was... Besides the springs, didn't really have anything to do with him.
Alright.
Now, I think my second biggest complaint about Mega Man 11 after this stage and Bounce Man is literally just not enough Wily stages. Like, we go straight into the minor gripes.
But we'll gripe about Wily when we get to Wily.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure. The other thing about this...
Scramble Thunder is a better Plug Ball. And Plug Ball is already better version of every other
Surge
weapon.
Snake, yeah. What was I going to say? Oh, there was something. Can't remember what it was. Oh, well. Oh, yeah. This level does something. It drove me nuts about some of the Wario Land games. Wario Land 2 in particular comes to mind, where if you fail, you just need to start at the bottom and do the whole room again. And I understand that's how video games work, that if you die, you have to do a whole section of a level again. But it feels different when it's just, oh, haha, you fell into the hole, but it's not a bottomless pit. Now you need to take all of that time and effort climbing back up to the top so you can try it again. Versus you died, and then you instantly start back in the checkpoint, and it's just a couple of seconds. It's just that manually, like, taking that time to sit with your failure and say, fine, I will climb back up, I will do it again. And it's not a challenge at that point, it's just, I messed up, I'm going to waste some time getting back to where I should have just died and had a checkpoint.
So I'm going to talk about why I hate Bounce Man on. That is one of the reasons. Feeling powerless is one of them.
It would help if I could hit him.
He is easily the hardest boss in the game, right? You do
Really?
agree with that?
Yeah, definitely.
No?
He's absolutely the one.
Thank you for unlocking that achievement for me. Incidentally, we are playing the Steam versions of all of these games. Steam version of Mega Man 11, Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, Mega Man Legacy Collection 1.
Yeah. You were saying, though, about Bounce Man. And take the controller from me,
Oh, thank you.
won't you?
Bounce Man is very, very difficult for my physics brain to wrap my head around because, like all the other enemies and stage gimmicks, he follows two very distinct sets of rules. He is either a projectile, like a football that you throw in the air, or a pinball. And he flips between those two depending on what you hit him with. And I cannot, for the life of me, figure out where his path is going to take me.
I think I'm just so used to bosses in video games in general that
Bouncing
I can hang
around the room.
all
Yeah.
over the place.
Alright, let's keep going. Let's not sit on these weapon screens too long.
Yeah, we're never going to make it to
If he
Mega
was
Man 1.
consistent, I would have a better time with him. But
Controllers with Phusion now, by the way.
yes, my oh man, tied for my favorite boss in the game. So the other problem with Bounce Man is he splits apart whenever you hit him. Okay,
Yeah.
hang on.
Thankfully, he is still vulnerable when that happens.
He is, but I'm just getting hit. Like, there's no ways around it.
I think for me, just off the top of my head, having not played this game enough to really have a firm opinion yet, Fuse Man is probably the hardest for me, which is, of course, why you gave him to me.
Torchman was the hardest for me without Thunderstorm, which is why I took him.
Torchman, you know what? Torchman would have been a contender, but I think he's got a learnable pattern that I've started to get a feel for. But yeah, absolutely. The first time I played, I'm like, oh man, there's no way I'm being Torchman without a weapon.
I meant Torchman's stage.
Stage.
Yeah,
No, I'm just talking about the boss fight.
If we're talking about just the boss fight,
is very
it
tricky.
was either Torchman or Blastman for me. Gave me the most trouble.
I am actually very good. Well, I can do good at Fuseman on a good day. Hopefully today's a good day.
And I love this section so much.
I love these sections where the wind is behind you.
Yeah.
It makes you feel so much more powerful. We're gonna see this once more in the series, well, once more in this game, and then one more time in Mega Man 9, and then, like, never again, right?
Well, there's also the Dust Storm and Commando Man stage in Mega Man 10.
Oh, yes, you're right.
But it's not,
twice more.
It's not wind.
Okay, so...
it's Sandstorm, there's wind in it.
Responding to Loki Goaty's comment about being incensed that the Mega Man games were released in two separate collections, two separate legacy collections. My understanding is that the Legacy Collection was the start of an NES future-proofing project of we are going to capture these 6 NES games specifically, and then also go do like the Disney Afternoon Collection. I think was also by the same people.
Yeah.
Digital Eclipse, and I think Castlevania was in there in the mix at one point eventually, but trying to look at NES games specifically and starting with those, because we've got games coming from multiple systems. You've got Super Nintendo, PlayStation 1, you've got Wii or whatever other system you played 9 and 10 on. So I believe it was more of like a proof of concept. We're going to start doing this kind of future-proofing so that people can still play these games long after the actual hardware starts disintegrating.
Yeah.
And so that's why it was that collection of 6 games. So it was less of a definitive Mega Man collection and more of an NES library collection.
Time to be very reckless, abandoning with the weapons, because I played through this game in 2 modes.
We also have 1,000 weapon tanks.
Hello, new people joining. Yes, Legacy Collection 2 would have been much more expensive to develop. And also, 9 and 10 were still fairly new at that point. So that gave Capcom more time to make money off of those games as individual sales.
I think you pressed start.
I think I pressed the wrong one, yeah. Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go.
Nice.
No, how do I want to deal with you? Dang it. I'm so used to buttons being other places. No, I want to bounce ball.
Now, my suspicion, talking about the X Legacy Collection being split, I also love this weapon. This is one of my all-time favorite weapons as well. I love the weapons in this game. I really do. Get out of there!
Get out of there!
I thought I was dead. I forgot we bought that thing.
Yep.
But I think the X Legacy Collection being split makes sense because any of the casual fans of the series will say that X1 or maybe 2, maybe 3 or 4 is the best X game. And anything after that is nobody's favorite, as far as I've ever heard. I've never heard a single person say any game after X4 is their favorite in the series, and I've heard very few people say any of them are even good.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense that given the option between one comprehensive collection where half the games are ones that the average player just getting into the series probably won't like, and will be like, why am I paying extra money for these games? I'm not buying this collection, it's too expensive. Or do you split up into half and half of the one that you know everybody's going to buy, and you get that money for a lower price point? Very
job.
smooth. Missed all the items, which is okay, but
items.
very smooth.
I wanted the items.
Who needs items?
But I think that it was wise to split it into those two collections because you have guaranteed lower price point people picking up the game that they're going to enjoy most, and then the die-hard fans, will pick up the second collection.
Yeah.
So, while I'm not using Tundraman's weakness, another thing about Mega Man 11 that's it feels like a reference to Mega Man 1 is how the weapon weakness order works. We've got the Ice Boss weak to the electric the electric weapon. And the Fire Boss weak to the Ice weapon, yes?
Yeah. Very unusual.
Not for Mega Man.
It's unusual in a normal elemental sense, it seems.
I swear I wanted to show off by dodging fancily, but then I wound up getting hit fancily.
So, after watching so much Spy Family, I just have to laugh anytime Tundra Man is elegant!
Come on, do your thing again. I just woke up. That's my excuse.
I think our commentary woke up.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Usually we should've had that
gameplay, we're
needle.
still getting there. Oh, right in the face.
All
Cool
right.
guys don't look at explosions.
That's all 8 corners. We did it, guys.
Yeah.
All right. Now we get to do the Wily corners.
There's 4 stages. Alright. Well, now we have a full complement of
Oh,
weapons.
no.
No, I can take this one.
Oh,
You wanna do Wily
no.
one?
If you don't want to.
Well, here's what happens. When I die, I'll pass the controller.
Sounds good.
Because we did talk about... we can shut off demo mode. I forgot to do that.
Oh, wow, you can?
I believe there was a little note at the bottom saying, press this button to shut this off.
Wow.
Maybe he decided to turn tail and run.
That'd be great. No
Yeah.
Wily, no more. Oh. Too good to be true.
Imagine getting through the 8 bosses, and then it's like, you won.
Wily won't bother anyone again.
Yeah.
There's someone hijacking our signal.
That's definitely a way to type, Otto.
Indeed it could.
I think you're hijacking your own
What
signal.
do you think that is? 290 per minute, something like that.
Wiley. Light.
290 Wileys per minute.
Use my double gear system.
Yeah, he patented it.
That's one thing I love about this game is that the opening cutscene is Dr. Light and Dr. Wily in university, and Dr. Light's straight up like, "This double gear system is awful. Do not use it. Wily's resource has to stop. It's going to destroy robotics as we know it." And now he's totally using it.
I'm heading out, Dr.
I can only imagine that he did something nice to make sure that it wouldn't destroy the robots it's used in.
I mean, people's opinions and mindsets do change over time.
that too.
Yes, sir.
Because it does... There is a sense of maturity of, this is bad, we need to destroy it, or this can be bad in the wrong hands, we need to be wise about how we use it.
Yeah.
Looking at Octopath Traveler and Cyrus's path toward the end there.
Right.
Okay, Doctor, what? Okay.
We're not going there.
We're going to the
ever.
shop.
Are you sure?
Sure.
The reactor's running.
Just to have it, I will buy... Oh, yeah, that's right.
I think we can afford everything.
This is not the energy
We
balancer. This is the energy multiplier.
Yes. We will buy it, but we won't equip it.
And there you have it.
And we will buy it and not equip it.
And there you have it.
We're just casually 100%ing Mega Man 11.
What are we gonna do with our extra 3,000 volts?
You got this, buddy. You're the Mega Man man.
Man, you're the Mega Man.
We are going to save.
Sure.
Just because...
Well, you did have the same
Yeah.
number of save files that I did.
I can't
do.
remember how many save files I
You
have.
probably filled up all the slots.
Probably.
Where's the eyebrows?
It's they may be in there somewhere. I forget if I spotted them at any point. At least they're still attached to his head. That's
Yeah.
the start.
Oh, yeah,
That's the beginning of any good day.
What's funny about this is a long time ago I watched someone else's playthrough of Mega Man. Wily's Revenge for Game Boy. Right?
Oh, yes.
That's the one. His name's Playing with Maui. He was one of my favorite YouTubers growing up, and he literally said as Wily was doing his thing for his castle, "I really wish they did something more with him, like make him laugh, do an evil laugh or something." Then I saw this game, like,
Yeah.
okay,
It's not the same.
all right.
It's
Well,
just not the same.
it's not the same for me, but I'm glad someone's happy.
Right. Right. So this is the one that I didn't go back and refresh my memory on. So the last time I played this or saw anything about this was, 4 years ago was when this came out?
Yeah.
So...
Josh, what rule is in the contract that we have to go in the same order?
What rule and what contract?
The same order for the three of us? Like, why are we going in a cycle instead of as needed?
I guess it just hasn't come up yet.
That is just a rule I've always had that I find keeps things interesting, keeps things fresh, keeps us from getting too burned out.
Okay.
And it also ensures that we all have equal playtime, more or less.
I was thinking we could do, like, rounds of 3, and between those we can decide whatever order is best for more flexibility.
You're complicating my Mega Man?
Alright.
Mega Man's complicated already.
Well, that was spectacular.
Oh.
Oh!
I'll keep my mouth
Wily
shut.
1? More like Wily 1.
Yeah.
Wily what?
Thanks. I'm only funny on Saturdays, guys, so I'm really
Oh!
at the marathon.
I thought it was slowing down because I hit a button wrong. It's because it ran out of energy.
Clearly, I am the most qualified for playing this level.
Oh, you're totally fine.
I remember this being like one of the ones in the back of my head, like, I feel like there's something about Wily 1 where I shouldn't be the one playing this.
Yeah, don't be afraid to use speed gear just in case.
Yeah, don't be afraid to actually use special weapons like I enjoy.
So, are you also thinking about the really, really tough section at the end of the game, this stage?
Oh, I have a wonderful strat for that section.
It's not tough. Just run.
Yeah.
Just run and you'll make it through everything.
I just use acid barrier too.
I don't.
Yeah, I remember you're there.
Charge.
I was going to charge, but I wanted to see if...
That doesn't go through
Yeah,
walls.
no, it doesn't go through walls.
Your face doesn't go through walls.
A powered thunderstorm might work, but it would be a little bit of a waste on him.
I think by the next stage our weapons get refilled anyway, so it almost doesn't matter.
This is one of the only Mega Man games where your weapon energy gets refilled between stages.
Yeah, so, okay.
During the Wily stages.
You've played normal mode, right? Do your
Yeah.
weapons get refilled when you die on normal?
I believe they do then too, even.
Wow,
I think
okay.
so. To be honest, despite the fact that I played Mega Man 11 so many times,
You just don't die enough to figure that out.
it's not even that. It's just I don't. There's 11 Mega Man games, so I can't only play 11.
Okay, true.
There are just some minute things I
Flash,
don't
do you want to
remember.
fill up Rush?
Yes.
Everything fills anyway because.
Oh, that's right.
yeah.
That's right.
Butts. Come on, let
Which
me
is
get over there.
another really, really good power up. Personally,
It's good.
I never use it because it forces me to not have to worry about strategy, which is one of the things I play Mega Man for. But for anybody who's just like, I just want to play the game and use the special weapons and not have to worry about it, it's a wonderful...
Right!
It's
Oh,
fun,
that
yeah.
whole slowing down throws me off, and I'm not looking at the...
Yeah, Rush depletes energy very fast in
Yeah.
this game. Yeah, I'm glad that
What did
that's
we determine destroys these
Pile
things?
driver and chain bomb,
a lot of things. I think Thunderstorm works too.
possibly. Those are the two that I know for sure.
Yeah, we'll let you figure that out. So,
Oh, I'm out of rush. It's combined rush jet and rush coil energy.
Yeah, it uses the same
yes.
Okay, fine.
That's
Right.
probably the thing I don't like about Rush.
energy. I think you can rush coil over that. But
Well-
You don't have it.
no, I know. I'm
Yeah.
just saying if you had the energy.
Okay.
Well, I do.
Okay.
We have tons of energy.
I believe that's not too terribly high where you can.
Yeah, my brain's not quite in a position to be figuring out basically new
I
patterns
hate
yet.
this net, actually.
Oh, this met's easy.
I Thunderstorm.
I
Then it's
use
easy.
a Scramble Thunder.
Oh, yeah, I realized that after I passed this stage.
Oh!
Hey, we got beat.
Hey, nice. You beat the game.
Yay, or beat.
Oh, one thing that I wanted to
Game.
point out that I noticed was uniquely different about this.
Whoa.
I love that. I love that. This game is designed so well.
Okay, and now that I know that
That's
you
acid.
all your weapons come back when you die, that makes me think the game is designed even better because these weapons eat a lot of energy because they're so fun.
Yeah.
Once you use one, you just want to use it forever, and that can be punishing
Yeah.
if you're out of bar and then you have the whole stage left. But you just die and then you get to have fun again. They clearly put a lot of thought and love into these weapons, and I appreciate the devs so much for that.
RushJet1 says, this game's music frustrates me, and I have to half agree with that, actually.
Oh!
Oh, you got beat again.
This is the part where you can just run forward forever.
I like
Not
all
now.
of the I like all of the songs in Mega Man 11, but I wish they had gone with a different sound font. If they had made it a little bit more bloopy, like Mega Man is typically known for, I think the songs would have been a lot more memorable.
Oh,
it has
shoot.
nothing to do with the melodies; it has everything to do with the sound font they chose for me.
So Flash, I was looking at Rush energy consumption. Rush Jet depletes stupid fast.
Yeah, it's really fast.
Which is fine, ultimately, really.
It's faster than Treble Boost in Mega Man 10, which we're going to be using ad nauseum.
Well, maybe you guys will.
I probably
How is
will.
there more stage? Like, I feel there should have been a boss door there.
Yes.
That's my thing. This feels one checkpoint too many in this game.
Right, then left.
Thank you. My natural sense would have gotten me through there, because I have no
Yes.
recollection of this stage after this point. We're going to do this again,
Sure.
because we've got him to burn.
So that screen that
Smoke 'em if
you
you got
just
'em.
got past right before the
Oh.
no, right before the big spike drop. That is a state.
Rid of you.
That is a section that is very deliberately designed to let you run through without stopping,
Yeah.
and it's super exhilarating when you can pull it off.
I still use Acid Barrier anyway, just to be safe, but...
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to hand the controller to somebody who... I don't
Sure.
want to fiddle with this.
You got it.
Chat doesn't need to sit and watch me fumble. They can watch you fumble.
I actually still remember these disappearing brutes if you don't.
I do, but it's just a little bit difficult being so early in the morning. What I think I'm actually going to do, just to be safe, is
Great wheel cutter in this game.
I think I think I'm just going to
It's a good thing Rush
use that.
Oh,
Coil.
there you go. That
Jet
works.
too. Rush Coil also...
Do you want the controller back?
Yeah, I'll take that back.
Sure.
Rush
Thank
Coil
you.
can land on the Yoku blocks, the spring blocks in this game, which is also nice.
Mhm.
It's something that I don't think was present in any 8-bit game, right?
I don't think so. But to be
Yeah.
honest, it's such a very dangerous thing to try.
Really?
I haven't really practiced much
You
with
can
it.
definitely hit them with a normal shot after, while they're recoiling.
I'm surprised I didn't hit the top one.
Yeah, me too.
Chain Blast is big, but not that big.
Yeah, right.
I like Block Dropper on these guys. It kills the Joe reliably.
just one for good measure.
Yeah, okay,
I
this...
can take the
I
screen.
would-
yeah, go for it.
First, let's Thunderstorm this guy. I have gotten hit by him way too many times. Ah, that's not the right button. That's not the right button. Alright, you.
There you go.
And now we are clear to go the easy way. We are not clear
sorry,
to go
what
the
was
easy
that?
way.
Well, I could have done that.
Welcome to Mega Man 11, everybody. Welcome to Mega Man 11, everybody.
Somebody tell me that you can control beat next time.
Oh, you didn't know that?
I know how he works in some of the older games, but Mega Man 11 changes a lot of the rules on us.
Yeah.
Alright, would you like to control it back?
Oh, the rules. Oh, gosh. Yeah, just give it to me while I'm being shot at. Sure, thanks.
Oh, he can't touch you. Don't worry.
You're on power. And now you're not.
All right, we got it.
Okay. There's our boss door.
One thing that they changed that I didn't notice until the prep for this was the knockback. Every other Mega Man game, you get knocked back in the
actually
opposite of
talking
the
about this.
direction that you're facing.
We were actually talking about this while you were gone, and we'll let you focus on the dodging for now.
Yeah.
But yeah, in this game, they don't let you do that. They take away the speedrun
Due
strats.
to Chain Blast.
Chain Blast, thank you.
Okay, cool. You...
I would recommend Power Chain Blast. It's just easier and it's faster.
Right, it's way easier to handle.
Now I'm distracted.
No, you dodged it once, that's all we need to prove that we're true Mega Man, and then...
I feel like that didn't do anything.
Oh, it did.
Okay.
So,
You know what? This is throwing me off.
I can take the bus too if you need...
No, I'll be okay.
Yeah,
Just...
awesome. We got E-Tanks. Zapetroid, are you clear on whether the...
Right, I forgot about the running back.
Yeah, you have to stand somewhere
And then they fall
specific,
down.
huh? No. Very close. Which direction your knockback is? Is it like always to the left, or is it always against the direction that you're getting
It's
hit?
against it. Wow.
So honestly, I'm not 100% sure. That's just one thing I haven't studied very much about it. I would say for the most part, it's the direction from which you're getting hit, not the opposite of the direction you're facing, which is the way it is in most
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to pass this off to somebody else because I
Mega Man. You can take it.
I can beat this fight, but I am realizing that it is not going to be elegant or efficient or interesting to watch, really.
So the Yellow Devil in this game, I don't know how I feel about this. I think it's good and frustrating on some level that the eye disappears the moment you hit it. That means you don't get to have fear of missing out for not getting in more shots than you wanted, but it also means you can't get in more than one shot per pass, which can be a little debilitating sometimes if you're still waking up. That's still my excuse.
I am disappointed.
Oh, that's what happens this time? Weird.
I am disappointed. Now, we could probably do a power shot and charge up.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, we can do that too. Sure. Yeah, well, Yellow Devil can be very
Nice slide.
uncooperative sometimes. Thank you. Alright, now we're good.
Yeah.
Just watch your health.
Oh, yeah.
E-Tank,
Oh,
please.
boy.
E-Tank, please. Please pause
Sure.
an E-Tank. Pause
Oh, boy.
and E-Tank.
There you go. All right.
Oh, that's right. You can hit the little ones. Okay, that makes this better.
Only the one with the eye.
Yeah, that makes this better because just the sheer amount of time waiting to get a
You're
hit.
next
think-
anyway.
I
Am I?
played most of this stage,
No, I
so
think
go
you're
for it.
afterwards, aren't you?
What?
I can't
thought we
remember.
were past
Zap,
this.
it's you.
Okay, we're good. All right.
Now, hang on.
Sure.
Dodge left to Dr. Light's lab. Let's top ourselves off.
Sure thing.
More tanks.
All right.
Okay, are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Alright, are you sure? Alright, are you sure?
Yeah, again, even though we're playing on casual, as we've established, this is challenging
Are you sure?
in its own right. This feels like a normal difficulty for a lot of other Mega Man games.
Are you sure?
I want to say that it's because I haven't put in the hours in this game that I have for the others, but I feel properly challenged by casual mode as I do on all the other Mega Man games that I know all the stage architecture for.
Yeah, I like the... This should be like, wow, that's a lot of E-Tanks. You sure you need it? Yes, it is definitely a warm-up still. Again, first game of the day, and a game that I've not played nearly as many times as any of the other games in this lineup.
It's in here somewhere.
I think we actually have the weapon wheel turned off for now. Which,
That's okay with me.
which is
I
fine by me.
honestly never. Wow, I wasn't even attempting to hit that guy.
Ding. I feel like power block would do well for those. That's a really interesting... Oh, now we get to be chased by the wall of death.
Gosh, I just had a wretched flashback to
Nice.
Metroid Samus Returns with this crushing thing chasing us that I was not expecting to have.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
Oh, it's a very bad thing.
Okay. Do you want to cover your eyes?
I'll be okay, but it's been a long time since I've gotten that angry at a video game.
Oh yeah, I remember you told me.
So what gets me is how many of those big skull spiky machines did Dr. Wily have the budget to make? Because we have 2 of those sections. And then we have something else. We'll get there.
Yeah, it is absolutely a confidence thing.
Here's
Come
our-
on.
What's in contention for the most annoying enemy in the game? Hey.
Thank you for unlocking another achievement for me that I totally earned.
You got it, buddy.
If there's one thing, how many times have I said those exact words?
Nice.
You got it.
One thing that I'm consistently impressed by, your power is on.
Not anymore. It's not.
Get that gear and now you can have it again. I'm consistently impressed by how...
Hey, they stole the page from Ojo's!
They've been doing that. How,
That's okay, I like
how
it.
your jumps, like, work, even when you might think you didn't quite go far enough.
This first. Or maybe I don't.
What I'm trying to say is you've got quite a bit of room for error, even though it doesn't look like you do with these 3D models. And that's really nice, because in the 8-bit games you have to be very precise with some jumps sometimes, and you can see the individual pixels, but here you don't need to be pixel perfect. You just need to have a general sense of how far Mega Man goes, and you'll make it most of the time.
I am really looking forward
Nice.
to getting to a point with this game where I understand and have internalized all of the different weapon abilities and good spots to use power gear and speed gear, because we know I love special weapons. They're one of the main reasons why I love this series as much as I do. And this is such a playground, even before understanding all the nuances of what you can do.
We'll have to top off on spikes again.
Actually, that might be a good weapon for those two. Yeah, I guess that works too.
There almost is no bad weapon for any situation in this game. That's not entirely true, but you can be very creative with how you use some of these. here's our second thing that Wily made. It's like, okay, maybe it can be the same big machine of death that was chasing us earlier, and that the stage was giving us a preview of.
But I like that
on the
we're
first
combining things now.
It's basically, I would say, Torchman, but with lower stakes. Wouldn't you agree?
I think so.
But there's more of an intensity to it because it's sort of prolonged and there's bigger obstacles in your way.
Yeah.
Because the other one is just rush.
Rush.
And if you're using the speed gear, it doesn't feel as bad. But yeah, here it feels like you're grappling with more than just the platforming.
Yeah.
And that sort of intensity of it's not right behind you, so you don't know how much time you really have.
I think they did a really good job with the atmosphere of those sections.
Yeah.
Stuck because nice big red lights in the background that get you seeing red. It's very appropriate for trying to make you nervous without actually exploding your brain.
Yeah, I like level design that looks harder than it actually is.
So this is the thing that confuses me.
Oh.
How did Wily get the budget for all of these? You were saying?
3D printed.
Yeah. I feel like I interrupted you, Flash.
It's probably for the best.
But you're not gonna damage boost through that, Joe?
Nah, why not? We can take our time.
Take a good sweet time. It's a good thing we don't have to weapon manage with that energy balancer Neo.
And I think that's a critical thing that this game gets right that Mega Man 10 gets incredibly wrong, is the special weapons are a bonus that not only makes the game easier, but makes the game more fun. That it is a reward for beating the bosses. Yeah, you could go through all of these stages without the special weapons, but you earned those, and by golly are you going to use them, and it's okay if it makes the challenges easier, because a lot of the fun comes from figuring out where's a good spot to use this weapon. Let me try and aim my shot just right and get, take out a bunch of enemies in one hit. And Mega Man 10 is like, yeah, you're going to need to miss the target to hit the target, so get really good at, not aiming where you want to aim and unlearning all of the, techniques from previous games. But here it's just,
there you go.
Learn how this weapon works and use the heck out of it, and we're okay with it. Break our game. We want you to have fun.
And the challenges and enemy placements are so well designed that it doesn't feel like you're breaking the game so badly.
Yeah.
Like Metal Blade in Mega Man 2, that's the poster child, right? There's a lot of...
Do we want to top off the lab?
Whoops.
I guess
can
not.
Exit, right?
Not Wily's lab.
Yeah.
Let's not do that. We're fine. I don't think we
No, okay.
even used anything aside from maybe a spike guard.
Yeah.
I don't think I used anything on that stage.
So this is a fully fledged stage. These are all of the enemies that will be, a taste of things to come. And
Yes. We have a whole stage to play, so strap in. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
All right, take the corners first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we were gonna do. I had suggested each of us gets 2 bosses.
Yeah, that means we're not going to be able to finish this room.
Oh, no, that's not necessarily true. We've beaten all 8 Robot Masters without a hitch.
No, I mean, we can only beat 6 of them.
Oh, no.
Well,
Z-Saber, get in here.
I was gonna say my wife's in the other room.
We might actually get all the easy bosses before she gets here.
But yeah, I think what 10 gets wrong, and yes, I agree. I like the thought of doing more damage if you hit the bosses or enemies with the secondary fire or the alternate attack. You want Sheepman's electricity to hit the enemy for more damage. The cloud doesn't do as much damage. Okay,
Yeah.
fine. I'm on board with that, but it should be you get a damage
missed.
bonus.
That's right, I missed that too.
You should get a damage bonus for doing the special trick, not
Yeah.
a penalty
Nice job.
Thank
of
you. Damage was
doing
long-
one
long
damage
damage.
for just hitting with the regular attack.
Well,
that
that's the
hits them
thing
head on.
about the Mega Man 10 weapons. They are pitiful when you don't hit the normal fire for anything.
Yeah.
They're completely useless.
And I wouldn't mind so much if it's this is still effective against. Just pick one. It's still effective against this enemy, but
Someone
it's
else
not
take
as
this
good.
boss. I have made a
Nope.
huge
I got
mistake.
it. Okay. How about a taste of your own medicine?
It's working.
Not very well. Okay. We're pile driving, yeah?
Yes.
This
You can still hit him while he's.
I really do not think this makes the boss any easier.
Well, it maybe not easier, but faster for sure.
Faster, yeah. Well, until he does this and goes really fast.
Here we go. That did it.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Oh.
Does that mean you get a second boss now?
Yes.
All
I'm
right.
not giving this thing back.
The whole game, he's like, someone take this controller from me. Now he's turned around.
I'm tundra around.
Wow. Guys, thanks for coming.
We're here all night.
Oh! I janked when I should have junked.
So you can
You
actually...
zigged when you should have zagged.
What weapon are we using here?
He's got
Thunder.
he's Scramble Thunder.
It's like Mega Man 1. So yeah, he's actually vulnerable to damage every single time he makes his way to a corner of the room. He's actually also vulnerable during this, which is nice.
I like that.
Which is nice.
Which is nice.
Not the first time anyone said that. Okay.
You want to do your second,
Fusion.
you want to do your second boss now?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. The best of all the bosses. Sometimes I do wish I knew where these teleporters led, but I should be able to redeem myself here.
Yeah. When we were talking about marathon setup last night, despite the fact I've played all these games hundreds of times, I don't remember any of the capsules, like where any of the bosses are, even in my favorite ones.
Yeah, I was saying earlier off stream that I used to know the positions more because I used to play these games more often. I would be playing through all the Mega Man games I owned once a year. Mm-hmm. Maybe not all of them, but at least the mainline ones. And I used to do marathons of like all of the NES games when it was just the NES games. And so I had those boss orders down pretty well in the rematches, and it's been long enough that I kind of know where a couple of them are. But I still find myself surprised.
Alright. I've got the controller and I'm fusing.
Puns are supposed to be understandable.
Let's
Yes,
just take
this is how this fight is supposed to go. Did I say spite? I meant fight, but spite might be appropriate.
This is how this fight is supposed to go.
Well, part of the reason I like Fuse Man so much is because he's one of the few bosses in this game I can figure out.
I just kind of like let the bounce balls take care of this fight.
Press one button and win.
Yep, that's it.
I also really love his speed gear attack. I like some of the voice work in this game, and by some I mean like
I guessed.
nice. I like the voice lines in isolation, but what I was saying about chaotic sound design earlier is that
Well, that's a miss.
all these voice lines on the part of Blastman and Mega Man are coming out at the same time as these
Nice.
as these explosion sound effects, which are really loud and really white noisy, and oh, he's invulnerable. And then it's not like these are occupying a different
You waiting your turn?
a different soundscape, a different place in the sound landscape than
Alright, have a seat.
than the soundtrack either. So your ears are sort of, well, in my experience, your ears are sort of being assaulted by everything all at once.
Yeah.
And that feels like a thing that's pretty true of all of the non-8-bit Mega Man games.
And you can hold it to charge.
Hey guys, Z-Saber is here to do her requisite 2 Robot Masters.
Yeah, and in case it wasn't clear, because I think it was really
So yeah, hold the blue
difficult
button
to
to
tell.
charge. And if you want to hit start to pause, we can give you a weapon to help you out with this guy.
Unfortunately, you're not gonna get any instant gratification here. But keep shooting and it'll work.
He took one shot.
He's
and
taking...
like, oh, my whole body!
Meanwhile, he's shooting 3 at you and it's doing nothing.
I'm just here to make you guys feel better about yourselves.
Well, to be honest, we don't have a 4th person to do the last 2 Robot Masters, so if you're not here, we have to stop the marathon.
Yeah, we feel better ourselves by
Oh no!
having a way to
I'm
progress.
like almost dead.
We have E-tanks if you want to pop one.
Pause button. Alright, so
Here,
throw on
okay.
an E-tank and go to...
No!
Oh, you pulled a fusion!
What's the button to use it?
A, the
The
down
green
button.
button. Yeah.
Okay.
And what weapon do we want to switch to?
Block
Oh, we
dropper.
definitely want block
B dropper.
Okay.
Drop
Dropper.
Bs on him.
Yep.
And
Yes, down.
Same
Green
button.
Same
before.
button.
Yeah.
And now you press the shoot button.
And you just win.
Yep. The audience waits with bated breath. Oh yeah. You're good at Mega Man now.
I'm so good at Mega Man.
He's actually not invincible when he comes up.
Yeah.
If you can manage to hit him, like there. I guess he was invincible there.
You get hit, keep shooting.
Well, I didn't think he was vulnerable.
He is
now.
vulnerable. Well,
Yeah, you knock out his shield and then you can hit him.
Oh, okay.
There's a bit of invincibility going on. So let's
Do you want
refill
another
the weapon
yeah.
and the
Yeah,
energy.
so use an E
Use a W.
and W2.
We could have used an M.
M's for babies, it's fine.
Alright, back to the B dropper.
Alright.
Yeah.
I'm very good at bid dropping.
Yeah!
That's it! Alright!
He has been duly bedropped. Nicely done.
Alright.
One down.
Grab
way to
that
go.
health. And what weapon do we want to switch to?
What's who's left?
Who's left?
Oh, acid.
Acid. No, we just did acid, right? So
No.
Pac-Man is left.
Yeah,
right?
we need
Yeah,
acid.
we need acid. It's one of those days.
Acid's not over for us.
So that'll form a shield, and then I believe you can still
You can
shoot
also
after
shoot,
the
yeah.
shield's open.
So just hit him with those shots and we'll be
So,
cooking.
just in case you're not aware, there's no escape.
Don't move. Yep, just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Doing good.
You are out of weapon energy.
So might even
Yeah. We still have
fill up on
plenty of
health.
health to spare. For now.
Yeah.
I believe he's invulnerable during this, so just wait for him to go back to being a smaller boy.
There we go.
Alright, now smack him.
You might need another
Another
E-tank.
E-tank.
Pause.
Ooh.
E-tank.
Okay.
You're
You got
fine.
this.
You're fine.
You got this. We
You're
have
good.
plenty
Now,
of
if you want to
burn.
put it in slow motion, you can pull the
No,
right trigger.
that's too many things.
That's how I feel about this game. I can't wait for the day when I'm.
Yeah! Alright!
You beat a fourth of the game.
Amazing.
I believe it's still your stage view.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got plenty of stage
Nice
left to
job,
play,
you.
folks. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's over.
Oh, it's done. Alright.
Alright. Who's
That-
next?
I believe
Let's
that
head
makes
to
it...
the shop first. The
Yeah,
shop
well,
is
it's
next.
your turn,
oh,
so
gee-
shop us
Oh,
up.
jeez. Oh, boy. Oh, jeez.
You sound like me.
Okay, are you sure? Are you sure?
That sounds almost like a Ruby ta-da. Ta-da!
Are you sure? Are you sure?
I can't wait for the day when I'm good enough at this game to
Me
know
too.
what all the buttons do.
Well, I'm glad that our time estimate for this first game worked out to be about where I thought it was going to be. Because I was trying to plan out what time do we want to start the marathon, and so I calculated about how long we were estimating for each game. We're pretty well on target.
I'm just going to.
Do you want me to move my chair?
Run out
Yeah.
real quick. Bathroom, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I think the rule is when you need to get out from that chair, whoever's in the big fancy chair needs to slide back first. Yeah, this stage I felt like was kind of lacking something.
Mhm.
I mean, this is all very dramatic. I like the gears. But then we get to here,
And it's just a nice little...
and it's like, okay, okay.
That's if there's one thing that I don't like about Mega Man 11, it's that they really copped out on the Wily stages. You get 2 dedicated Wily Fortress stages, and then everything else is just kind of, you know, short stage as a prelude to the 8 Robot Master fights, and then you
Yeah.
have wire sponge here.
Yeah, I'm disappointed that there's only one. Somebody was saying this earlier. Disappointed that there's only one music track for this fortress.
Yeah.
Which would be less bad. I guess I didn't need that. Which would be less bad if there were actually two fortresses, because they've done that in other games. But there's only one, so we need multiple tracks. This ticked me off. This annoyed me so much because.
You have no idea.
Well, no, because we've never seen that before. We've never seen that whirling thing. And it's like, okay, we can pretty reliably guarantee that the bottom of this is going to be a bottomless pit. But I would expect if you're moving forward... You didn't move out for him to get back in the chair.
Oh, I didn't realize.
I didn't want to interrupt the conversation. I just folded and unfolded.
Are these
I'll just sit
all of
further
the
back here
are these
anyway.
all of the capsules from Mega Man 7 where the Robot Masters
I
were
think
hiding
those are
out?
all Master Chief.
Or at least very, very similar ones. But yeah, it annoyed me because I would expect, like, if the thing went forward into spikes, that would make sense of, oh no, obviously I'm going to get ground up, and it would have been nice to see those spikes before. Yeah, it would have been nice to see those spikes before to know for a fact, oh yes, these are going to kill me definitely. And if it's right in front of you, it's like, this is going to kill me. This is not a safe place to be. I have to jump off this. Whereas, oh, it's going backwards. That's weird. We never go backwards in Mega Man. I'm going to keep riding this thinking that they want me to jump off and kill myself, but I'm actually, oh, hi, we're fighting a boss battle now.
Yeah, that's exactly the experience I had.
And that ticked me off so much. I want to jump on top of
If
these.
I'm not mistaken, I think it's Acid Barrier that's his weakness in this one.
Yeah.
It's like the whole fight that's Acid Barrier, isn't it?
I actually don't... actually, you might be right. You may
Acid
be
Barrier
right.
feels like a very poor choice of weapon to use against him. It really does not take... It does not use any... Ooh.
No, but seriously, how did I get stuck with the final boss of this game? I am least qualified to do this. Why are you doing this to me?
You're the one who didn't want to complicate things.
Okay, what is the power? The power's doing nothing.
The power strengthens your shield.
The power lets your shield actually hit enemies, I think, and do damage. Oh, nice. We beat the game, guys.
Alright, that's it.
Yes.
All right,
We have
on
no
Mega
reason
Man
to
10.
expect anything different.
That's it. We're all done.
One thing I wanted to mention. The music for the Wily stages should have been swapped with the music for Fuse Man. I strongly feel. Because I feel like Fuse Man would have been... Oh, we're out. Would have been a much better fit.
One of the biggest reasons why Phusion is my favorite boss is because of his music.
But that definitely feels more like a...
I agree. I fully agree with you. I would still love that music. It would be way more contextually relevant in the Wily stages.
Fuseman's song just feels so final
Yeah.
for a Robot Master theme.
Well, and they also used it as the promotional tune.
And to be fair,
Use that M tank. We have it.
Is there anything... that'll be the last thing I use.
Yeah.
Is there anything else here that I should be using instead? I feel like this is still the
No,
best
you're
one.
good.
I think you need speed gear now.
Yes.
Because this...
Oh, I did that without the speed gear. Believe for me.
So...
Helps if I use it beforehand.
I have to say, this is Wily being most like a human. Using his most powerful attack over and over and over and over and over again.
Dominant strategy, even though it's not working.
Just being extra safe on that one.
Yeah.
Wait a
Where
second.
was our M tank?
Thanks. Oh, okay.
Boom. Oh, we didn't use our M tank.
I tried to pause.
It's okay, we basically
We used it in
one.
spirit.
Yeah, we used an E tank and a W tank
Yeah.
at the same time.
Guys, everybody throw an M in the chat.
Alright. Oh, the game's not over. Are we gonna get a fourth phase of the final boss?
No,
Yeah.
we're going to listen to a Huey Lewis in the News album. It's time for Plan B.
Mercy, Mega Man.
This is my first time actually noticing that inverted pyramid in the background.
It's cool, isn't it?
As it was like spinning and doing all sorts of cool geometric stuff during the capsule fight, that was really
That's one of the reasons why I enjoy sitting back sometimes and watching other people play, is because I get to notice those little details.
You're right. I've only ever played this game, never watched anyone else play it.
I have definitely watched my fair share of Let's Plays and especially speedruns of this game, so...
I'm going to need to get into the center chair, though.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to need to do some
Finagling.
swapping around.
So how much of this final cutscene are we gonna watch?
All of it.
Okay.
Because it's here, and because we're going to be missing some cutscenes later in the series, so it'll make up for it.
But yes, Blue Portal, we can definitely listen to Huey Lewis in the News sports album. That's excellent.
I like the Mew.
Yeah.
We're actually ahead of schedule for the Mega Man 11 playthrough.
We are.
Yeah.
I scheduled
got a half hour.
Well, yeah, I scheduled about 2.5.
Just
and,
to be extra safe.
Yeah, and we've still got 40 minutes of cutscenes to get through. That is one thing that
So we're behind.
That is one mark against this game for me is they use too many words in the cutscenes. I don't mind it being a little more story heavy, but I feel like it's not the most efficient storytelling, that they could absolutely cut several lines of dialogue from this and not miss anything.
Yeah, case in point, this ending cutscene has taken, 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
It's been enough minutes.
It's been enough minutes. It feels like, especially since the text itself takes a little bit of time to scroll off, and it even feels like the voice actors had a few pauses, like just a little bit between the lines, to follow along with the text. Make sure the audience can actually, I guess, read. I don't know. I feel like that's adding up just enough to make a bunch of lines feel a little bit more difficult than necessary. Like right here.
How did they get here?
They teleported, like Mega.
Actually, that would have been a fun DLC for this game, is, the secret adventures of Otto during this whole section.
They would have been.
It's like Dr. Light had to walk through the whole fortress. And that's the last Mega Man game.
Yeah.
We're all caught up to the present.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Guys, we'll see you in 2041 when Mega Man 12 comes out.
So, overall, I mean, we've talked through basically all of our feelings about this game and opinions.
Yeah.
I don't know that there's any rock left unturned.
Yeah.
I really like Mega Man's pose here.
If I'm not mistaken, that's either very similar or the same to one of his shaking from ground impact poses.
Probably. I call it the Surfing USA.
I mean, technically what he's standing on is moving underneath him, so...
Mm-hmm. Why is Rush Jet not out of energy?
He's using the plot gear.
He's using all of the M tanks. I'm sorry, all the W tanks.
Yes.
And the
The one M tank. Ben Diskin, that's him. He did a fantastic job as Mega Man in this game.
I have not yet IMDb'd anybody here, so I don't recognize the names from anywhere else, so I'm not sure what else anybody in here has been in, if anything.
Mm-hmm.
I see Todd Haberkorn, which he's been in a lot of dubs of some shows, some anime.
John Bailey does the voice for Honest Trailers. Okay,
Yes. And for the Honest Game trailer for this game, he made a reference to that. He was like, "Oh wow, Torchman's voice is so amazing. I wonder who did the voice for that."
That's really cool. Now we're really in the marathon.
Yeah.
Anytime I've ever done a marathon of any series, it's never truly beginning until we've beaten the first game or watched all the way through the first film, something like that. Once we're on round 2, whatever that film or movie, whatever that film or game is, that's when the marathon really begins.
Yeah.
It begins with bass on easy mode.
I would like this better if they had the names of the enemies underneath them.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Like
And
they
to be
do
fair,
with
there is a
some
little
Game Boy
like
games, right?
bestiary where you can.
True, fair, yeah.
But not here in the credits. Not like a Donkey Kong.
I mean, where are the Robot Masters? Are they coming up? It's been a while since I've watched the credits.
There's Ness and Paula and Jeff.
Yeah.
And Drew.
Yes, you did just walk into a Flashman 85 Mega Man Marathon. Welcome. We are playing all 11 of the mainline games in reverse. And actually, let me fill you in on what's going to be happening here. As soon as this game is done, I'm going to throw up our title card for a moment. We are going to switch games to the Mega Man Legacy Collection 2, where we will be playing 10. And I'm going to stop my local recording, but keep the live stream going, so that I can more easily upload this onto YouTube after the fact. So I hope that I will get this right and not mess anything up, but if there's going to be any technical problems, aside from whatever ones have already existed, it's going to be right here in a moment. but hopefully everything will go smoothly. I will need to remember to readjust the volume, because I think the volume level for this is different from the 2 Legacy collections. So I may need to make some adjustments. We'll play around with audio levels there. But yeah, then we'll keep going. And the plan is to go back to back to back to back the whole day. Because there's 3 of us. At least one of us can be present at all times, keeping the game moving forward. So, no breaks.
We all collectively just beat Mega Man 11 in 2 hours.
Yeah.
So we're hopefully good enough.
Yeah, so we're already a little bit ahead of schedule, which is good.
It's always nice to be ahead of schedule with an inflated schedule than behind any sort of schedule.
Yes. Greetings, greetings. I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Unless you're just talking about the stream quality is great and you can see everything and hear everything just fine.
Which we're also very happy.
Yes, we're also very happy about. One of these times, I'm assuming there will be more Mega Man marathons in my future, but one of these times I would like to get Mega Man and Bass on here. And I would happily, if it gets to the point where it's just not feasible to do as many games anymore, because 11, I think like adding 12, if there's ever a 12, will probably be the absolute maximum before we have to start cutting games or splitting it into 2 halves.
Stream all day Saturday, all day Sunday.
Yeah, take sleep break in between. Yeah, well, unless we have a situation like this again where I've got, we have 3 people and 1 or 2 of us can sleep at different times. Yeah, that's possible. But anyhow, I would probably like drop Mega Man 8 and put Mega Man and Bass in its place. Because I do like that game better, but it's much more difficult. So the chances of having a very smooth live stream with it included decrease dramatically.
I think we saw an enemy on here that we didn't see at all in-game. The Phoenix Chicks.
Yeah, they never showed up.
Didn't give that
Nope.
enough time for the Circle of Life to continue.
Okay, now somebody says the audio seems a bit too low. Perfect timing, thank you.
It's alright, we're just about to change the audio settings to a completely new game.
Yeah.
It's letting us know.
So yes, very good. I enjoyed this game. I think this is a welcome entry to the series. I think it's a return to form for the series. Mm-hmm. And I feel like it's, importantly, it's a very good basis for anything that comes after it.
Yeah.
That the things that it sets as precedent and the things that it brings back from previous games.
Like this guy.
You like this guy. Yeah, this guy I wouldn't mind being a little different. But I am still very happy with how this turned out. I think the dev team did a great job on it, and I'm excited to see where things might go from here, because this feels like modern Mega Man. This doesn't feel like we're just dragging out a series from the Reagan administration. We are making this into something that appeals to modern gamers without abandoning our core fan base who grew up with these games, and I really respect that.
There he is.
Woohoo!
There's our boy. Sorry, our man.
Our man. Now, how did you all get here before me?
Oh, that's right. I forgot about this cutscene.
Right on time, Mega.
Ta-da! Yeah. Okay, hooray! We have beat the game.
We get to beat all the rest.
Yes. But first,
Boing, boing. Stop being Bounce Man.
Doctor, did you install Mega's double gear system into auto?
I did.
I would have liked any other Robot Master. I just don't like
It's okay, we'll get your
Blockman.
favorite one next.
But what's funny though is GameStop had a collection when Mega Man 11 came out of little plastic toys. You had Mega Man using Blockman's weapon, and you had Blockman. And so I am thrilled to have merchandise for Mega Man 11. I just wish it would have been just about any other. Design-wise, like visually, I like Blockman. But personality-wise and fight-wise, he's just about at the bottom.
I am
I like Bounce Man.
I'm a primarily visual person, so I really like what they did with Blockman and how he is the head for the Golem. I thought that was really inspired, really well executed. And, well...
You're welcome.
You're welcome, Gabe. I guess I guess I'm okay at the Blockman boss fight. Not to toot my own horn. I guess I beat it without taking damage.
Okay.
Yes, Mega Man 10.
So we are going to switch games now. Going to stop recording and hope that nothing blows up in the process. Please bear with us.